Happy Friday, everybody. What's up? What's up? How's it going? We're back. We are back. Hi. How's it going, everybody? We're here. More of The World Ends With You. My apologies for missing last week. Like I stated in my Dynazenon stream, currently sitting here a week removed, I don't remember why I didn't stream last week. I wasn't like sick or anything. I don't think there was why did I not stream? Like I've been trying to think about it for about an hour and I can't remember why I missed. Hey Pipe, how are you? Happy Friday. That's literally just ended. Why did I miss last week? Last Friday. What was it? I don't remember. I literally don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm making all these faces. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm trying to, it'll come to me. I don't think you said why. I don't even remember why. Sheesh, I don't remember. Maybe we were busy, it happens, I guess so. But apologies. I don't want to miss any more. Now, The World Ends With You is 13 episodes, correct? Just to be sure, it's 13. So after we catch up today, we'll have 3 more episodes. Just to be sure, because I feel like I got caught off guard with Dynazenon. I'm like, Dynazenon's been great. And they're like, there's 1 more episode. And I'm just like, excuse me. So I'm just glad. I'm glad that I'm here. We're gonna hit 9 and 10 today. I think it's 12. Okay, so we have 2 episodes left. 2 episodes left after we catch up today. Cool. All right. So last thing I remember from The World Ends With You is, what do I remember? Neku and Beat and Miss what's her name with the glasses, Miss Seductive with the glasses, took Rhyme because Rhyme got turned into Noise. Yes, that's all I remember. I'm pretty sure if I keep talking, I'll remember more. Didn't something happen between her and the two Reapers to do with that? That's pretty much all I remember. Oh, I remember the rules of the game. The only person that was playing the game was Neku, but then Beat broke being a Reaper and formed a contract with Neku, therefore making it the 2 of them, and the only objective of the game is to defeat her, and they just have the rest of the week to do it. But all the Reapers have been put on a red alert thing to like take them out. And that's right, homie from the band, I think she wiped him out because he let them go. Okay, it's coming back to me. All right, cool. Okay, let me pause up the music. We're gonna get started. 9 and 10 today. Wait for it. Bye. See you, Gabriel. Thank you for stopping by. All right, we're all set. They talked to one of the Reapers. He gave them a pen, and then the Game Master. Yes, right. There you go. That's right. He did give them a pen so that they can get through walls because the access that Beat had wasn't as intensive as other ones, so he gave them that pin, and they're able to move a little bit more freely. I'm remembering. Okay, took a minute, but there we go. All right. So the world ends with you. Episode 9. We're gonna get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. It's good to be back. Turn this just up a little bit. That's right. They were walking away. They heard something, and then I think they were coming back, right? Mm-hmm. I love this opening song. All right, so I have something to say. Mm-hmm. I have something to say. And these next 2 episodes, I like pitting the shows, right? I don't like comparing them as like literally like this show is better than like I really don't like doing that. I still fall into it sometimes, but I really don't like doing that. But like when I'm watching like a bunch of shows in the same season, I like to like in my brain put them in like what I'm enjoying the most and what I'm not enjoying the most. And the world ends with you and Dynazenon were in like the same category because they come out on the same day in my head. But I was like, all the way up until literally about a couple of minutes ago, the world ends with you was so much better than what Dynazenon was. I just like Dynazenon because I enjoy that genre. But I have to say, after the last like 5 episodes of Dynazenon, these 2 episodes, they need to come swinging because Dynazenon was on fire the last like month. So that's all I'm saying. Just for my stupid brain. Just for my stupid brain, I need it. That's right. Beat's real name. What was it? What was his real name? Beto. Turn this up a little bit more. Oh, snap. They both got hit? Damn. When they mentioned it before, I thought he saved her. I thought like how he mentioned it before. I don't know why in my brain I thought it was like a tit for a tat. Like she saved his life, he saved her life in the past before. I didn't realize that they're related. What? What was his entry fee? Dog, that hurt. I appreciate it, Gabriel. Right. That says a lot, though. That's right. The development this boys went through in these episodes. Yeah, there's like an entire APB out on you guys. Huh. Oh no. Who's that? Who's that? I hate when stuff happens like this because it makes me feel like I'm not paying attention. Who's that? Wait, was she not wearing a pin? Hmm. Okay. What's the deal with that? No, it's because they're wearing pins. We need to go talk to them. When your idols become your rivals? Is that what we're getting? I thought that, but I thought that would be too easy. I thought that originally, never said anything. I thought that would be too easy. There's no way. Damn, I haven't had a hot dog in forever. I literally haven't had a hot dog in over 2 years. Hot dogs are good. Get some mustard on there. Don't you dare put ketchup on your hot dog. Pipe, you did say that. I thought that would be too easy. Don't choke the man. What's going on over there, though? Oh, they're fussing over it not having a pin. 4 months into my last hot dog. I stopped eating meat years ago, so not years. This November will be 2 years, but even before that. That's not Shiki, that's her friend. That's right, Beat doesn't know that. Don't fight too flashy, y'all. That is true. That is true. Joshua did say he knew him. Cool. Cool. I miss her. Plot. I always found it weird how I've always found it weird how they wake up for every single day. Like, do they just like blank out and then wake up the next day? I've always thought it was weird. It's that restaurant. They eat there a lot. I wonder, are they really doing this because it's their job to, or is there something more to it? All right. I like that shot. Nice. Hey. All right. Come on. What? Who knew Beat's skill set? Ooh, the hand to hand though. Okay, Claudia. Nice. Nice. Here we go. Okay. You see, Neku was riding the wave. What was he riding the wave on? I can kind of understand Beat riding the wave on a skateboard. Neku was up there riding the wave. Tell me that wasn't the. Don't play games with me. All right. Hmm. So they don't even hear them either. Okay. What's happening? What? What are you doing? What? Okay. All right. It's the damn show. I'm not gonna lie though, show does look kind of cool though. That little glimpse we saw of him, he does look a little cool right there. But he's perverted now. Like that's not our show. Just the wonky one. Like it's our wonky show. That's not him. Um, it's not our show, man. I forgot. Funimation's player sucks so bad that it doesn't even start whenever you leave it on automatic play. You gotta zoom out. You gotta do all this bull crap. Episode 10. Having that music. Why was it such a struggle to wake up? You can hear? Oh my gosh! I love this opening. Honest. That power is there. Unknown. Too into this. I'm sorry. Mm-mm-mm-mm. This show plays with my emotions a lot, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It plays with my emotions way too much. Way too much. I miss a lot of these characters. Said the same thing that Karya said last episode. My headphones are about to die. I knew it. We gotta go see him. We gotta go see Hanekama. Yes, that one. We gotta go see him. I agree. I agree so much. So you sure? I was like, why we gotta be so complicated? I like the shaky cam effect. Like his world is being rocked right now. Hmm. Okay. Mm. I just lost my right headphone. Compensate. Oh, damn it. Run. These dudes are going down. Oh my gosh. Really? Okay. Hmm. Good. Well, I wonder if that's. Well, no, he's a good skateboard rider, so that couldn't have been his entry fee. Let me see him. Let me see him. Clean. I was saying clean. I'm sorry. It's just like, it's open. Let's go. Isn't this where Neku died? I didn't even peep that. Isn't that where he died, right? Isn't that I'm not, no, I don't think that's where he died. This isn't the spot where Neku died? Oh, wow, that worked. I forgot they had that ability. I forgot he had that. Him and Joshua had got that. Freaking miasma like pumping from it. No, I don't want to see them like this. Nice beat. Nice. Oh my goodness. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't like. Thank you, hero. Knocked it off. Will it break it? Yes. Okay. 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 Knock the pin off. It's possible. There we go. I love Beat's skill set with the skateboard, man. I really do. I'm glad it's just easily removable. I'm glad that's the case. They probably feel like utter trash, but I'm glad that they're okay. Seemingly okay. Can't keep denying it now. We gotta talk to him. We gotta talk to him. Have to. We have to. This one's broken too. Wait, that's the... Wonder about the boys sometimes. That's not in her that's not her forte. Gotta make it count. This is so confusing. Damn. I wouldn't have picked that up from that. I would not have picked that up from that. I just would have been like, that's why I said, damn, it's just like all we got is a picture of him here. A gold yellow keeping? It's the... What's up, Zamo? How are you? Happy Friday. A map? Nope. It's an actual letter. Okay. Okay. Doing good, doing good. I'm a little tired, even though I got some good sleep last night and uninterrupted. I'm really tired today. Streaming, it gives me the energy though. It's giving me the energy. That's right. There's only one person. There's only one person that does that. Have it click, Neku. There's only one person that does that. I'm gonna be honest, his new design is clean. Not gonna lie, his design is clean. The taboo site, really? Possibly. That may be the case. So can you fight on our side? We're trying to do the same thing. What was the deal with that shot? What was like the cloudy shadow that he had? Okay. Okay. Hmm. We gonna have to get to it then, my guy. Okay. All right, here we go. This man's got a flash step now. What the heck? Energy balls now? What? He needs cooler wings. I will say he needs cooler wings. His design is too dope for those little wings he's got. I don't care if they're standard issue. He needs cooler wings. Lucky they didn't die. 2 days? Yep. We've seen him punch through barriers constantly. Huh. We don't have the cloudy shadow happening before either. Those were his feet, right? That we were looking at before they started fighting? So I'm saying he's been punching his way through everything. Why wouldn't he punch his way through that? Who else? Let's do this, y'all. Let's do this. Ended? Just like that? The barrier I've ever seen different though. He may not be able to punch through it. Never mind. I figured, I was like, yeah, he's gonna punch through that. I figured that. I 100% figured that. 100% figured he was gonna punch through it. Why wouldn't he? Every barrier that we've seen thus far, he punched through it. So why not that one? Right? Right? Not why not that one? I figured that much. I really did. He definitely is. I like his new design too. His new design is pretty lit. It's weird. I'm not used to talking with one headphone out. I usually either can't hear myself or I hear myself. I never can half hear myself. Because yeah, I love beat. I love beat and rhyme. I love beat and rhyme. Those two. I'm still mad that happened to her. I'm mad that happened to her. Alright, so there has to be some sort of twist with Hanekoma. Right? There has to be. There has to be some sort of twist with Hanekoma because he's up to something, clearly. Since I feel like is it that easy that he's just the composer? Right? And like is it really just that easy that Hanekoma's the composer and he's doing this? Like I don't think it's that easy. I think there's gonna be some sort of like twist or something. There has to be something. Like either he did something. Yeah, that pipe. I wonder if he brought Sho back to do. Well, Sho said he brought himself back, but Hanekoma set all this up so that he's an inconvenience to the outside. Right, he's an inconvenience to the outside, but in all reality, like without anyone truly realizing, he actually is helping. So it could be that maybe composer never existed. I don't know. Then you can get into like those kind of, I don't know. I guess maybe, I don't know. I don't feel like thinking about that. I don't feel like thinking about that. I guess. I don't know. I think the composer does exist. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. Maybe Neku's been the composer this whole time. What if Neku was the composer? He just didn't know it. Maybe Neku's a composer and you just didn't know it. Just forgot. I don't know. Maybe we are the composer. Maybe the composer was the friends we made along the way. No way you guys typed. You guys both typed that at damn near the same exact time. Oh, that's incredible. Y'all both typed that at damn near the same exact time. I can turn on my speakers now. All right. It's interesting, man. This is definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. I don't know where this is gonna go. I don't know where this is gonna go. And I have this feeling that I need a composer. I have this feeling that this game has done well. I wouldn't know because I'm not on the internet. The most I hear about this series is in the chat whenever we come here every Friday. But I have a feeling that this has been adapting the story pretty well. Nothing feels rushed, or nothing feels like super rushed or ill-explained, right? There might be some oddities, but I don't think anything is just like a blatant just like disrespect. Just by how it is, it doesn't feel like it's like a blatant disrespect anywhere. I feel like they're actually putting in the work to make this really good. Excuse me. You're gonna stay down there. Conductor and composer. Maybe there's a producer. After episode 1 mostly. It's a little rushed if you've played, but it's not bad. Yeah, I've heard people say that. At the beginning, like 100%, like the first 2 to 3 episodes felt like it was moving at hyper speed, but for me, like that doesn't bother me as long as I'm following on. Like as long as I'm following along, that doesn't bother me, especially if I don't have any understanding of the source material. Usually for my own like particular taste, if something moves fast paced, it will usually keep me engaged. If it's deviating from the source material, but it's either boring or like slow and like how it's destroying the source material, I usually would just like check out. But if it's like fast paced, but it's a fun fast pace, well, to me, if it's like a fun watch and it's a fun fast pace, like how the first couple episodes was just like bang, 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 bang. Like the first episode should have been 2. The second one should have been 2. This series probably needed 15 or 16 episodes for it to be fully fleshed out, but it got like the 13 call. But as long as it's like snappy and it's moving along and I can grasp onto the story that's being told, like the first couple episodes were moving at light speed, but I could understand the story, at least what they were trying to tell me. Like if it wasn't 100% like connected to what the game was, whatever story it was picking from the game and choosing to tell, like we need to tell this in order to get the pacing on track so that the rest of it could feel good. It did a good enough job that I was like not super lost, and there didn't need to be like that much explanation to do. Like there wasn't that much explanation someone needed to tell me in order for me to get it. Like if it's like that, then it's weird. I'm cool with that. Like I'm cool with like fast tracking something as long as you can like pay attention. Now for the people that know the source material, it absolutely sucks because you just want to see this facet or this you just want to see this story like brought into an animation, brought to life in a sense, the right way. And if it's fast tracked, you're not truly getting that. You're kind of disappointed. I totally understand that. Like I've been burned by that too. But it's just if we're gonna get an adaptation that's gonna get rushed, I'd rather it be a good rush than a trashy rush. And it's hard to quantify what a good rush and a trashy rush is, but I feel like there's like clear examples of what a good rush and what a trashy rush is. I always use Tokyo Ghoul as an example. I'm trying to grab my chapstick and I can't because it's literally right under the power cord for my computer. And if I move my foot a little bit too aggressively, I know for a fact I'll turn this whole thing down. Promise Neverland's a different experience. Like, that's completely different. Like, the perfect example I can use is if you're familiar with Tokyo Ghoul. Right? The first season of Tokyo Ghoul is what I consider a good rush. Because in Tokyo Ghoul, there's literally, like, where they decided to end episode 12 or 13, I forgot how many episodes Tokyo Ghoul the first season had, but where they ended it, there was literally no other part in the whole first, like, in the run of Tokyo Ghoul to end a first season on that makes sense, right? There was no, like, that moment that happened, that final episode was the moment. There's just literally too much. There's too much content, so you have to skip an entire arc. The arc they chose to skip was an important arc, but in the grand scheme of things, you could be like, if we had to live with anything being cut, this is the thing we could live with. Like, we could live with this being cut. So I understood it. To me, like, Tokyo Ghoul is one of my favorite series ever. Literally ever. Like, that's an example of a good rush. Now, a good example of a bad rush is not Route A, because that's different, but it's Tokyo Ghoul Re. You can't adapt an entire manga series of 170 some odd chapters in 24 episodes. You can't do it. That's an example of a bad rush. Like, you shouldn't be covering 8 chapters in an episode. And Tokyo Ghoul is a very dialogue heavy manga. Very dialogue heavy in some parts. You can't cover it in 8. You can't cover 8 chapters when majority of those chapters were freaking novels. Novels of explanations and character developments. You can't do 8 of those in an episode. You're cutting stuff doesn't make sense. So it's like, with one series, that's an example of, like, good rush and bad rush. Like Tokyo, and so it's just like, I kind of felt like the good rush with this series at the beginning. Like, it was a good rush. It was just like, all right, we can't tell everything. We don't have the time to. So here's the main bullet points. And then we got through them so we could stabilize, and then we could continue forward. And we've been getting, like, quality episodes ever since. Long story, like, short. Like, they were able to bullet through some of the beginning to finally stabilize, so that we could finally get, like, these really, really, really good episodes and character deep episodes that I've just been eating up. So, yeah. Yeah, I've really been enjoying this ride. And I think I had, like, not a stigma, but I had a little bias because I haven't heard any of these video game adaptation animes being any good. Like, I remember, and now it makes me, because I've never played a Persona game, right? But I remember when Persona 5 the anime was coming out, and everyone in the internet was like, it was trash, it sucked, this and that. And then I asked my friend, he said he basically echoed the same thing, but he's like a lifelong Persona fan. He's played all of them. He loves the 5th one. So I would assume that if having that much reverence for something, if anything was cut from it, like if side quests were cut from it, if some things were trimmed around, you would hate it. So now it makes me even more interested to go back and check that out, to see if the anime told a story, if it told a story that was competent, at least, like, coming from the same, like, position of someone that's never played the game before. Like, I know nothing about Persona, absolutely nothing. I think the most I know about a Persona game is the 3rd one, because my friend that loves Persona was telling me about the 3rd one because he was super invested in it. So I know about the 3rd Persona, but I don't know anything about any other, like, 1 or 2 or 4 or 5 or Royale. I don't know anything about them. So it's just, I don't know. So it makes me intrigued to just check out like a couple episodes of that Persona anime to see if I like it. Persona 4, the anime is good, but Persona 5 is bad to mediocre. The animation is a huge issue of Persona 5, doesn't compare to the game. Game's all about style. Okay. Just got back from doing something and now I'm lost. Did you hear my whole Tokyo Ghoul rant? Did you miss that? I just was like giving some examples of that. And then I was mentioning about how I had like a bias coming into this anime because a lot of like video game anime adaptations, usually the fans don't like them. And I mentioned like Persona 5 being an example of, I remember like the buzz of like people like, this Persona 5 anime is trash, it's trash. And I remember like, I wonder if it really is trash. So I'm telling you, no, I think the example I used, and I'll just like speed through it really quick, was how like you had brought up the Promised Neverland. I was like, no, that's a different situation, like altogether, like being like good rush and bad rush. And I was like, season 1 of Tokyo Ghoul was an example of good rush because it told the story in a good way, but they skipped the whole arc because nowhere in my brain, nowhere in Tokyo Ghoul is there a good stopping point for the anime besides where the anime stopped. But like it's impossible to tell that story in 13 episodes. So you had to like live with, what are we going to take out? The arc they cut, like they cut a whole arc from that first season of Tokyo Ghoul, but the arc they cut, it's like if there's anything from up until this point where we're ending at that's disposable, I think this is the most disposable because it's a lot of characters we really don't revisit again. We revisit them in the final episode, but it just makes the final episode not make that much sense, which the final episode of Tokyo Ghoul doesn't make that much sense to just anime onlys. So it's like I use that as an example of like good rush, and then not Rude A, but Tokyo Ghoul Re being an example of bad rush because it adapted all 170 plus chapters of Tokyo Ghoul Re in like 24 episodes. And a lot of those chapters, like there was a lot of fights in Tokyo Ghoul Re, but there was a lot of very dialogue heavy chapters. And like one episode of Tokyo Ghoul Re would cover 8 chapters of the manga. So it was just like impossible. It's an example of bad rush. That was my point. That's usually what I made. Okay, Persona 5 anime, it's like if The World Ends With You anime didn't have any of the cool art style and it was just a simple seasonal anime. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, that sucks. I don't know Tokyo Ghoul, but I understand what you mean, I suppose. Like if you've watched or read, like if you watched the Tokyo Ghoul anime and you read it, then I feel like it makes total sense. But even still, like I think it makes sense. Like if I remove the name Tokyo Ghoul and just say like you adapted 70 chapters and 60 chapters and 12 episodes, and you did a pretty alright job. That's good. But trying to adapt 170 and 24 when one is definitely more dialogue based than the other. So yeah. It was made by the same people that made A1. I have my feelings about A1. A1 is hit or miss. A1 is hit or miss. A1 got Persona 5 and didn't land it. Okay. Because A1 either does an amazing job or they do an absolute terrible job. Like I'll never understand why, and I still have this argument and this gripe. I'll always have this gripe. Like I don't care what anyone says about this. Like the anime of Nanatsu no Taizai is a completely different story from what the manga is, because the manga was in the top 5 of like best selling mangas throughout like when you go through the years, like the most selling volumes. It was Taizai floated in the top 5 to top 10 damn near its entire run. There was only a few years where it wasn't in that top 10, probably when it first started. But once it finally popped, it never left that top 10. So, this is not how Japan's structure is, but in my head, if a series is that beloved that it sells that many volumes, why does it not have a proper anime adaptation that properly reflects it? Right? It's the same issue I had when Dragon Ball Super came back, and I was watching it, and I'm just like, it's Dragon Ball. Why doesn't Dragon Ball look good all the time? Like, why are we taking some episodes off? And it's this iconic series. Like, it should look good all the time. And that's how I felt with Taizai. I felt like A1 phoned in all of the anime of Taizai. There's some stuff that looks good in Taizai, but it doesn't look as good as it should. All of Taizai, from season 1 until the stuff that's still coming out now, Taizai's never no, it was like, it was okay. I won't even give it I. It was okay. It was okay. Taizai should have had next level. Like next level. Like we know, like My Hero gets these crazy cuts whenever something cool happens, right? Like Demon Slayer gets these crazy cuts whenever something cool happens. All Jujutsu Kaisen gets all these no, A1 did season 1 and 2. It did season 1 and 2 and some movies too. Like all these top Jump series, right? Even though Taizai wasn't no, season 3 was made by Dean. A1 did season 1 and 2 and 2 movies. A1 did a lot of Taizai. Dean got season 3, but Dean already had a full schedule, so Dean then outsourced Taizai to a completely different studio. So it's like all these top Jump series, even though Taizai isn't a Jump series. I don't think Taizai is a Jump series. No, I don't think so. But all these top series, they get these great these moments where it's just like, if I put this on the screen, it's incredible. Like even moments in Sao. I thought there was 2 movies. The second movie is the movie that put the nail in the coffin why A1 dropped it. I thought there was 2 movies. It was the movie, the vampire movie. I thought there were 2. There was only 1? My bad. 2 seasons in a movie. It's just like, it's the same thing. It's the same complaint I have with Berserk. And I've never watched Berserk at all. But it's just like the series that's really good. I feel like they should have an anime counterpart that reflects how good this series is. Like the series wouldn't be selling 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million volumes a year if it wasn't good. So why isn't the same effort? And then we get into the whole story of overwork and all this, and it's just like, I understand that, but I feel like there are some shows, it's just like a series will get sent to a studio house, and that studio house will take priority over other series that, in my opinion, aren't as good as this one. Right? It's not as good as this one. So why does it get priority? It's weird. Like I'm just talking out loud what I think. I'm not saying what's right. I'm not saying what the industry standard is. I'm just saying in my brain it makes no sense. So like there's moments in Taizai that should be immortalized. Like Tanjiro episode 19 of Demon Slayer is something that will never be forgotten. It is immortalized. It's immortalized in anime now. There's moments in Taizai that literally should be immortalized, and people don't, because I feel like A1 just didn't do a good job with it. I never. A1 is doing 86, but because Taizai is old, not because of Taizai, but because Sao isn't getting another but because Sao's not getting another anime, Sao's moving to movie format, they can take on another premium anime, and 86 86 is now that anime. So that's why 86 is getting the Omega tier like treatment, and it deserves it because it's an amazing story. But yeah, like Levi, like Studio Wit doing the Levi chase from season 3, episode 2. Immortalized. You could never like Attack on Titan, but you seen that scene and you watched it like, God damn, what was that? Anyone that's read Taizai knows that Escanor versus Estarossa, it should be immortalized, and it's not. It's not. I remember watching for that episode and being so disappointed. I personally think the best looking cut of animation Taizai ever produced was the revenge counter against the 10 Commandments. That's it. I feel like that's the best piece that they've ever produced. And Escanor's introduction. It's not. And in my brain, the manga looks much better than it. And the manga is still pictures. The anime counterpart to that scene does not hit with what it needs to hit with. It doesn't hit with what it needs to hit with. Like, that's the moment when you're watching Sword Art Online, and Sword Art Online looks a certain way because A1 put a lot into it. So it's gonna look good throughout the whole episode. But then you get to this part of the episode and it just looks like someone mushed this animator out and just sat down and started going crazy. That's what that moment should be. That's what that moment should have been. That it should have just looked like like how Dragon Ball Super does it. Like an episode of Dragon Ball Super could look trash the whole episode, and then we get to the end where they start fighting and Yuya Takahashi says, "You've been relieved," and then he starts drawing and it comes to life, and it's like, that's Dragon Ball. That's what that Escanor Estarossa fight should have been. It should have been, okay, thank you, you've gotten us to this point, I'll take over now. And we should have an amazing, incredible time. That's what that moment should be. Nanatsu no Taizai does not have that in its entire anime run, and I'll argue it to the day I die. And Sal's not that bad, Gabriel. I love Sal. For everyone that hates Sal, they have an equally trash series that they secretly like that they don't want to admit. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. The manga is way better than the anime, that goes without saying. Absolutely, but we shouldn't have to do that. Right? Doesn't mean the manga is any less good. Just means the anime does a really good job at adapting it. Can't say the same for Taizai. I can never. I don't even know why we ended up at this point. Because we were talking about anime adaptations and how it initially started off just how I felt with coming into this, knowing that a lot of anime video game to anime adaptations weren't the great, and then we talked about Persona 5, and then we were talking about The Rush, and then the transition between like adaptations and stuff. So that's exactly how we ended up where we are. Not lost on this one. Until someone changes my mind, I won't back down from my point either. I can easily back down from my point if someone just like flicks me in my forehead and says, you don't make sense, this is why this makes sense, and then it actually makes sense. I'll back down. I've done it on stream. But until someone actually argues it, I'll never let it go. I'll never let it go. It burns me because Taizai was one of, like, I'm really passionate about the Taizai one because Taizai was my favorite series out of almost anything that I was reading and watching at one point. And then whenever the anime came out and I just was like not happy with it, I was just like, it like, that's one that really Ufotable God Eater You called. God Eater, I actually enjoyed that, even though I never finished it because they had they had a tough time with God Eater. They had a very tough time with God Eater, but I enjoyed it. Like, I actually enjoyed it. The story made sense to me. I thought the style they chose to go with God Eater, I really enjoyed. A lot of people didn't like it. I really enjoyed it. They had a rough time with that series. They had a really rough time with that series. Like, I didn't wish, like, that one was like, they literally just had to stop doing it. Like, that's how rough of a time they had. Nah, I don't agree. I don't agree. Like, Ufotable, I don't agree. I feel like A1, and it's A1 chooses, like, they easily choose. They easily choose what series they want to put the most into. They easily choose it. And at that point in time, I'm pretty sure the committee that organizes Sword Art Online was paying them the huge dollar, so that's the one we're gonna put the most into. And Taizai was just like, yeah, we have it. That was it. And the way they did the season, okay, it's so hard. It's like I don't know. I don't know. It's just how I felt. I just felt like Taizai's always deserved more. Being a top 10 selling series for multiple consecutive years, I feel like you deserve more. That's just me. Like, it feels like it deserved much more. It's my opinion. You don't have to agree. But, like, I don't know. It can be your opinion, but I literally don't think they didn't have, like, because if I'm thinking back, I was like mentioning like the issues that Ufotable had with God Eater. I don't think A1 had issues with Taizai. That's why I push back on that. I don't think they had issues with animating Taizai. I just think that it just wasn't a priority. Like, the guy, I don't know. I just think that wasn't a priority. They had it, they did it, and they just didn't care. That's just it. That's my opinion, but it's just, I can't feel that way because they probably didn't get paid garbage. They got paid garbage to do it anyways. They get paid garbage to do everything. So, like, that's a whole thing in itself. So it's like, I don't know. And it's like they get paid pennies to kill themselves. So who am I getting pissed off about the animation about something? I don't know. Have I seen Bungo Stray Dogs? I haven't, but it's on my list. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I actually have my aunt waiting. I'm supposed to be fixing our computer like a half hour ago. I've been down here. So I appreciate you guys for being here with me. I'm done for the day, but I'll be back tomorrow for 86 in Tokyo Revengers. A possible movie night? I'm gonna stop just doing that. I don't think it is. I feel like I'm not supposed to be here. I just watched anime for the plot or animation. See you guys. I need my shows to be a little bit of both. Like, I can sacrifice one for the other, but if it's a series I actually like, I need it to be both. Like, if I really like a series, I need it to be both. I'm sorry. But then for other people, they don't like Taizai, so they don't care. It looked okay. Story's all right. So it's apples and oranges. So yeah. Yeah, I'm out. I'll be back tomorrow for 86 in Tokyo Revengers, Sunday for My Hero, Monday for Tower of God, Tuesday for Haikyuu and Joran. I think the finale of Joran. I think for the finale of Joran. I think One Punch Man will get that season 3. We just gotta wait a little bit. Blame the director of season 1 for the issues that One Punch Man has to go through. Blame the director of season 1. He made an impossible thing to follow up. He made an impossible thing to follow up, so anything that came after it that didn't get preferential treatment was just gonna be terrible. to the fans, even though season 2 was really good. All right, so I'll see you guys. I appreciate you again. I really do. And I'll catch you next time. Peace out.